So tonight I'm making Swedish poached salmon. So I've got about 1 kilo of salmon here. You can use more or less depending on how many servings you want. If there are any little bones like this stuck in there still, then go ahead and pull those out. And we're just gonna cut these into individual portions. So probably about 250 grams per serving. And then put all 4 of those in some sort of heat-proof vessel. I've got a Pyrex here. And then we're gonna go ahead and build up our poaching liquid. So we're gonna put about 1 liter of water into our Dutch oven and roughly chop half an onion. Throw that right in. Try and fish some bay leaves out of the jar. Not sure why it has that screen on it. About 1 teaspoon of black peppercorns and a few pinches of salt, along with 1/4 cup or maybe 60 mils of red wine vinegar. Next up, I've got a bunch of dill. I'm gonna take the stems and a little bit of the leaves, fronds, whatever you wanna call those, for the poaching liquid. And I'm gonna reserve the rest for our sauce for later on, as well as for garnish. Bring that all up to a boil and let it go for a good 5 or 10 minutes. You just want to infuse the water with a little bit of that flavor. Then we're gonna go ahead and pour this water over the salmon. Cover it up to keep in some of that steam and let it cool down on its own. Cool thing about this is, since the water is 100 degrees centigrade, it will bring the salmon up to the proper temperature, which is sort of a middle point between the cold salmon and the boiling water. While that's cooling off, let's make some potatoes. I've got 3 red potatoes because that's just enough. I'm gonna cover them up with water and a little bit of salt and let them boil for about 20 minutes or until they're tender to the fork. Now let's build up our cream sauce. Take that reserved dill and chop it up nicely. Throw it in the bowl. We want about 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise, as well as about 1/2 cup of creme fraiche. That would be 100 and something milliliters. As well as 1/2 tablespoon of stone ground mustard, a pinch of salt, a little bit of black pepper. Give it a good stir until everything's incorporated and give it a nice little taste just to make sure that it tastes super good. So there you go, Inkokt Lax, or poached salmon from Sweden. This is a super quick and easy recipe that you can make on a weeknight, no problem, and turns out looking like a fine dining sort of dish, especially if you played it like I did with the cream on the bottom. Super fresh and refreshing. The dill really brightens everything up and balances out that cream sauce. And oh, that sauce goes so well with potatoes as well. So make this right now if you have the time. And if you like this video and want to see more international cooking videos, be sure to subscribe. Cheers.